so our red potato, we're going to cut this into 8 pieces. So stand it up, cut it in half, turn it 90 degrees, okay, cut it in half again, so now it's in quarters, okay, what happens. And there we go, 8 pieces. Okay, so now we have our potatoes all cut up. Alright, we're going to just put these off to the side. Prep, you have your garlic here. I've got my herbs that is going to coat both the potatoes and the chicken. This is to give the meal a nice cohesive taste. Okay. And then we have our oil standing by. Make sure that you have your oven a nice toasty 400 degrees. Okay, with your cast iron skillets in there preheating with them so that way they're nice and hot when it's time to go. Okay, so here we have our Cornish hen. Okay, right now it's belly side up, but what we're gonna do is we need to flip it over. Okay, you can check. Usually they don't come with any innards, but you can always check. Nothing in there. Okay, what you want to do is flip her over to the back side. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to remove the spine here. Okay, so go ahead and get yourself a nice big heavy knife. Okay, if you don't have a cleaver, you can go ahead and just get yourself your chef's knife. Make sure it's very sharp, or if you don't want to damage it on any of the bones, go ahead and use an older knife that's not as sharp. Just might take you a little bit more time, but if you're going to be breaking down whole poultry, I'd suggest you go ahead and get yourself a meat cleaver. Okay, it doesn't have to be too expensive. So you find the middle of the spine. Okay, you're just going to come right off to the side. Okay, you're going to feel, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a shoulder right here. Okay, it's this bone right here. You see it on each side. Okay, right here. See, one here, one here. Okay, right in between that in the middle. All right, just go ahead and get yourself your cut so you see where you're going. Okay. Right down in there, just like that. Okay. Went a little bit far, but that's fine. You're going to cut right through all those ribs. Okay. What you can do now, here, let's go ahead and clean this up a bit. There's a whole bunch of fat here. Okay. So now, you could do it this way, okay, or you can flip her over, and then you could really see the back right here. Just alright, now she's opened up. Alright, now what I like to do to avoid bones in your meal is just go ahead and cut around the ribs here. Okay, take these out. Alright. Alright, so I like to trim up the skin, right? Just take it off a little bit, that way there's not too much extra. Okay, you can leave all of it on there if you want, but it just takes longer to cook. So I normally just like to trim it up a little bit, leave a little bit of this thin on here, okay, a little bit here. Alright, just trim that up a little bit. Sorry about the camera there. Alright, yeah. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to put a couple of score marks in there. Not too deep. You don't want to cut the flesh. You just want to cut through the skin a little bit. Okay. A little bit here on the leg. So just make sure it's really sharp. Just lay down just like that, alright? Then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add some of our herbs here. Okay. Just go ahead and give it a good massage. Get it in there. Get it into the holes where the skin is, under the skin. Okay. Alright, so we got our jet hot skillet here, cast iron. How do I know it's jet hot? Go ahead and take a little bit of water. That's how you know, look at that, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and add in don't worry about it. Just go ahead and add in your oil. Alright. We're going to take our chicken, add it right down in there. Okay. Take our onions. Let's go ahead and lime around. Take our garlic cloves, do the same thing. Yeah, garlic between the legs. Alright, so this almost done, okay? All you need to do now, alright, take a little bit of your oil, right, so I don't mind the gloves, so that way it's on top here. Try not to let it get puddled in there. Okay. Look at that, it's so hot it's smoking. Take my other cast iron skillet, just right down on top of that bad boy right there. Yep. Alright, and then take your potatoes. Actually, oops, need a little bit of lubricant here. There we go. Alright, get that to move around a little bit. Alright, now just take the whole thing and pop it in the oven until the potatoes are done. Our roasted potatoes. Pull it up here. Now look at that. Alright, so while that's going, I'm going to take my potatoes to my plate here. Alright. There we go. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful. Beautiful, right? But, oh, legs are coming off. Alright. It's been sitting in oil. I'm going to move it over to the other pan here, just so it can dry out a bit. Well, not dry out, I mean, you know, let the oil drain off of it here. Okay. Now what do we do here? We have all this beautiful oil and these little pearl onions. Alright, oops. Just like to take these off. Look at that. Oh, delicious. You want to let these drain off because they tend to soak up a little bit of that, a little bit of the oil. And yeah, you don't want to have them if they have a whole bunch of oil in them. Alright, now these garlics. This garlic here, it is perfect. What you do is go ahead and toast some of your favorite bread and then spread it right on there. It's the best garlic bread you'll ever have. Alright, that's what I'm going to do with mine. Take a little bit of the oil here. It's been infused with all the flavor of the chicken, the garlic, the onions, okay? And just take a little bit of oil. Just, you know, you take your roll, right? Just wipe down on it a little bit. Take one of your pieces of garlic here, right? You just put it right down on that thing and spread it out. Best garlic bread you'll ever have.